Hi everyone, it's Learn with Ceri, where I'm going to share some solutions, tips and tricks for Band 2, Quest 1. I'm going to focus on questions 2, 8 and 10 today. Fill in the blank with a single digit, 0 through to 9, to make a 4-digit number that's both divisible by 3 and divisible by 4. 1420 something. What digit goes in the blank? It's really helpful if you know your divisibility rules. So just a reminder, a number is divisible by 3 if the sum of its digits is a multiple of 3. And when you're checking if something divides by 4, you only have to look at the last 2 digits. Because 100 divides by 4, your hundreds and thousands are no problem. You just need to look at the 20-something in this case. Does it divide by 3? So what have we got? We've got 1 plus 4 plus 2, sum of the digits, add the digits, plus something has to equal a multiple of 3. All right, so there's 10 options there. Let's see about checking the divisibility rule for 4. So in this case, we've got 3 options only, 20, 24 and 28. So let's have a look. If we put the number 0 in here, then we get 1 plus 4 plus 2 makes 7, and 7 is not a number in the 3 times table. So let's look at the next one. So let's try a 4 there. 1 plus 4 plus 2 plus 4, that gives us 11. So again, no, it's not going to work. So let's have a look at 8. Hopefully this one works. If we do 1 plus 4 plus 2 plus 8, we get 15. And 15 is a multiple of 3. So therefore the answer, well, the full number is 1428. And the answer we would be filling in is 8, because it's just that digit there that we need for the solution. Okay. Question 8. Aria jogs to the top of a hill at a speed of 10 kilometers per hour and then jogs down the hill to her starting point at a speed of 15 kilometers per hour. If Aria spends a total of 30 minutes jogging, then what is the distance between the starting point and the top of the hill in kilometers? So, personally, I like a distance time graph sketch. It doesn't actually turn out to be that useful for this question, but I thought I'd remind you quickly how they work anyway. You can see the first leg of the journey is less steep because it's slower on the way to the top. The distance is the same in both directions and then steeper on the way back. And also notice that on the time axis, I put 0.5 for 30 minutes. So to solve this problem, one way is to consider the speed distance time relationship. So you may have used this sort of style of triangle in your science lessons, and it's a quick way to remember that time is distance divided by speed. So let's break our journey into 2 sections. We know that time is 0.5, and we know that that has to be equal to our first leg of the journey, which is distance, which we don't know, divided by 10. And the second leg is the distance divided by 15. Now, if we add our fractions, we've got 0.5 is equal to, let's use 30 as our common denominator, multiply the first fraction by 3 and the second one by 2. So now we've got 0.5. Let's multiply that by 30 and get 15 there. 15 and 3d plus 2d is 5d. So our final answer, divide both sides by 5, we get d equals 3. So 3 kilometers is the distance to the top of the hill. On this question, we're told that a rectangle has a perimeter of 34 and an area of 32, and we have to find out the length of the diagonal. Let's have a quick sketch. So I've made my length A, my width B, and the diagonal I've called D. We know that AB is 32, and we also know that A plus B halfway round is 17. We need D, We can also apply Pythagoras' theorem and say that a squared plus b squared equals d squared. And if we could work out what a squared plus b squared is, then we can get d. Let's have a focus on that middle equation there. If we square both sides, when you're trying to square a binomial, I've got a little saying, you might know it already. It's square the first, square the last, and twice the product. That's if you multiply that bracket by itself. And it's just a quick way. And so that would look like a squared plus b squared plus 2ab. Oh, that's good news because we were told what ab is equal to, and that equals 17 squared is 289. I'm just going to pop that over there and replace that ab, and therefore now I can subtract 64 from both sides, and I worked out that a squared plus b squared is 225. And that is equal to d squared. And it's also good news because 225 is a square number, and we now know that d has to be 15, and that's your solution. So folks, I hope that's been useful and giving you some extra tips for next time, and I wish you all the best for quest number 2. See you again.